and welcome back to another TV show review. This is like a new one on Netflix called Baby Reindeer, and by that name, you would assume something cutesy or something maybe holiday themed. No, I went into this show completely blind, which was a mistake, but there are no reindeers in this show. There's nothing cute about this show. This show is more or less a true story. I mean, they fictionalize and over-dramatize certain aspects of it, of the actor Richard Gadd's experience with an extreme stalking situation. The names may have been changed to protect the guilty, but the story is basically real. And it starts out, you're thinking, maybe it's just like a really quirky love story, but no, it takes a turn real fucking fast. And this thing, without giving too much away, I'm not sure I would call it horror genre, but psychological for sure. Thriller perhaps. Maybe psychological horror, but it's in 7 parts. They're all approximately half an hour, except for I think there was one part that was about 40 minutes. But it details this comedian, or aspiring comedian, who is at that point working as a bartender, and how he attracted the attention of a stalker who... He is not the only one that she had targeted. Oh, no. This is somebody who had a history and had stalked a cop and had gone to jail over it and done like several years prison time. Yeah, and he obviously didn't know that going in. He just thought he was being nice and giving her a free drink. He had no idea what fresh hell and crazy was about to be unleashed upon his life. It is all kinds of bad. The twists and turns are like, holy shit. A lot of them you kind of see coming a mile away, but some of them it's like, oh, we just went there. Oh, fuck. So, it's definitely a harrowing watch. Just know that going in. If you're not in a good place mentally to watch such a thing, don't. There's quite a few topics in this that could be triggering, and I appreciate the fact that at the very end of the series, Netflix actually added a little PSA thing at the very tail end to a website they set up called like wannatalkaboutit.com, I believe, and it has resources for anybody who's been through anything like this, or sexual abuse, or self-harm, or anything like that. It's got resources for you to reach out to if you need them. And I think that's really nice, and I think there's other series they have on the site that they should probably incorporate that into if they haven't already. For all I know, maybe they have, but I thought that was a really good thing that they added at the end there. No, I did not personally need them, but I appreciate that they put them there for anyone who might. Now, for me personally, just given my own life, I'm like, as dramatic as it is, I'm like, I feel like I've dated somebody like this before, so I was like, that's not the worst you got, I've got worse, but like, anyway, still, the crazier part about this series, and finding out it was based on a true story, is if you go down the YouTube rabbit hole, and delve into the real story this was based on, and the woman it was based on, who apparently has come forward and who was initially denying everything, but then tipped her hand, said too much, and basically confirmed all of it, and then just kept doubling down and changing. It's way wilder and crazier than anything in that show. So, if you watch the show, if you're intrigued by the storyline, I highly suggest you also go down this YouTube rabbit hole as well. Because, oh my god, it is still unfolding as we speak. Like, every day I log onto YouTube, there is like a new twist and turn with this thing. Like, the woman's nephew at this point has even spoken out about it. I'm like, oh my god, just, there's so much to unpack with this story that I'm just like, alright, honestly, wow, it's a lot. The acting, I feel, wasn't necessarily the best on most people's parts. There was a couple of standouts in it. Specifically, the woman who played Terry, Nava Mao, I think is how you pronounce her name. She is one of those standouts who I feel was absolutely excellent in this thing. The main character, I feel bad given it was based on a true story about himself and he is playing himself in it. And I was just like, I'm sorry, he's kind of a shit actor. I'm sorry, that's a terrible thing to say given just the subject matter of this show, but I'm calling them as I see them. The woman who plays Martha in it, Jessica Gunning, she plays the role of crazy very well, especially the whole going from 0 to 1,000 in like a split second. I was like, it do be like that. If you deal with a person like this, they are exactly like that. And I have to admit, there were several episodes, even though with the shortness of the episodes, I could have binge-watched this in one evening. I had to keep taking breaks and walk away from it, because I was getting triggered, given my own situation I lived through that was very similar to this story. So I'm like, oh, fuck this. No. If I'd known going in, I'm not sure I would have watched it, to be completely honest with you. But I didn't know. I thought it was a cutesy title, and I saw it was trending, and I didn't even read the synopsis blurb. Mistakes were made that day. But at the same time, now that I've watched it, it is an interesting show, and I'm still glad that I watched it, but oh boy, it was not what I was expecting by any means. So I keep having to double down on that. But, it goes and branches off in a bunch of different directions throughout it that have a lot of subplots that I don't know if these were almost like there was one episode in particular, it practically felt like a vanity project. I'm gonna be real with you. And I was like, we could have done without this, to be honest. But they left it in. I was like, alright. I guess you do you. You've been through a lot. Whatever. You do you. But just in terms of objectively watching it as a show, I was like, oh, the irony that somebody is messaging me right now. Just reference Baby Reindeer. What the fuck? Okay, I'm sorry. That is weird as hell, because I'm not even talking about this show with anyone. What the fuck? Okay, you heard Messenger go off. I am not making that up. Oh, God. Anyway, so, this show, just, like I said, I feel bad criticizing it for that, but again, there's a lot of different things here where I was like, did we really need this part of it? Not really, but we included it anyway. Alright, I guess that's a thing that we just sat through for no particularly good reason, but unless if it was just to, illustrate the suckiness of, his failed stand-up? I don't know. It's weird. It's like if it had been, doing really well or something, I would have understood, but it's literally just watching him fail over and over, and I'm like, did he ever become a successful comedian? Because, if that's... I don't know. Again, I feel bad saying that, because this dude's been through hell and back, but... I don't know. In terms of, giving the show a rating, a number rating, maybe, a 3 out of 5. It's mid. But at the same time, it's interesting enough. I'm glad that it's as short of a series as it is, because if it had been any longer, I don't know that I would have hung with it. It was already losing me towards the end of it, and I was like, God, when is this thing over? So I was like... not the biggest fan of it, being completely honest with you, but at the same time, it is trending, and apparently a lot of people do really like it, or at least found it interesting enough to make it trend, so, for whatever that's worth to ya, but just, I don't know, it's just okay, in my opinion, but, anyway, that could be because I feel biased on this one, I don't know, but, it just... there were executive decisions made in the way that they portrayed the story where I'm just like, I have questions. A lot of them, to be honest with you, in the way that you put this forth. But who am I to question somebody who lived through that, you know? So, I don't know. It just... It's weird. But one thing that I do appreciate, because I kind of relate to it, is the fact that he painted the story in a way to where it's both horrifying and yet he still had a weird sympathy for his stalker that he kept putting up with when he could have gone to the police so much earlier than he did. Earlier, sooner. I tried to make it into one word, good God. But, yes, any logical person probably would have a lot sooner. But, again, speaking from my own experiences, I'm like, I get it, though. I get that. And I have a feeling I'm not the only one who gets that. So, it's like, yeah, for somebody on the outside looking in who hasn't lived it, I'm sure they're going, yeah, you probably should have gone on, like, one of the first days it started going AWOL, but it's not always as simple as that. Oftentimes, it's more nuanced. There's complexities, there's reasons, especially when there's emotions involved in it for one reason or another. And I get why this guy didn't. I mean, there was some element of feeling like it's gonna make it so much worse. On some level, I mean, she was kind of stroking his ego. She was fulfilling some kind of an unmet need there. I get it. I get where he's coming from. But on the other hand, it's like, even so, pretty sure I would have gone a hell of a lot sooner than he did. Probably, the day that she turned shit physical and started physically going after people. Yeah, that would have been a good point. Right the fuck there, nip that in the bud. But again, I understand where he's coming from. But still, the whole story is just so cray-cray that it's like, there are no words. You kind of have to just watch it to understand it on any level to, like, get it. Because I can't give too much away, otherwise there's no point of watching the show if I give you all of the spoilers. But, like I said, it's only 7 parts long, and most of them are, like, under a half hour. You can knock it out in about 5. So, just saying. Would I recommend it? Again, if you're in a stable state of mind, sure, if you are interested by things that are like psychological thriller / horror things that are based on real life. If that doesn't sound interesting to you, then skip it. Like, hard skip it. One of my sisters is interested in such things and even is a psychologist. And I was like, I don't know, I wouldn't waste your time with it. I think it would bore you. So, I don't know, it depends. I'm thinking, like, on an individualistic basis. It's like one of those things where would I recommend it? It's hard to say, because it depends on the person who's asking. So this it's a hard one to rate. It's a hard one to say, do I recommend it for sure or not? Because I don't even know. And I'm not sure that I'm alone in that feeling either. So, I don't know. If it sounds interesting to you, go for it. If it doesn't, you're not missing out on really much of anything. Even if it does sound interesting, go into it aware that it's not like the most riveting thing you've ever seen. It's not the best shot thing ever. It's just, it's okay. It's okay. It could have been done better, I feel like, but here I am saying that. Do I have a TV show to my name? No. So, I mean, who am I to say that? But, anyway. That's it for this one. So, as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more, it's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Get your name on the end card for a month from the time of donating. Anyway, guys, until next time, see ya.